The U.S. Marine Corps prides itself on being the tip of the spear, but in East Asia, the Green Knights of Marine Fighter Attack Sqdn, -121, VMFA 121, are more like the tip of the iceberg, as the first of dozens of war-ready Lockheed Martin F-35 squadrons being stationed in the region over the next decade. By the early 2020s, North Korea will be confronted by more than 100 of the U.S.'s latest fifth-generation warplane, including 42 operated by Japan and 40 by South Korea, along with forward deployments by the U.S. Air Force, Marine Corps and Navy. Without assistance from China or Russia, North Korea would stand no chance of defending against a wave of low-observable Joint Strike Fighters, which would be used to clear the air of opposing jets, hunt down rogue missiles, and protect advancing ground troops. The stealth jets would be virtually unopposed by Pyongyang's outdated inventory of former Soviet and independently developed radars and surface-to-air missiles. Security analysts with RAND Corporation say the introduction of these modern fighters highlights North Korea's significant conventional disadvantage. This disadvantage is one key reason why the North Korean regime, led by Kim Jong-un, is so adamant about operationalizing nuclear weapons and ramping up the development of missiles as delivery vehicles. North Korea reportedly possesses up to 3 nuclear enrichment facilities and potentially as many as 30-60 nuclear warheads. It appears to have 3 intercontinental ballistic missiles in concurrent development, including the II-stage Hwasong-14 type that was launched twice in July. The regime views nuclear weapons as the ultimate hedge against invasion by Western forces. Any preemptive strike attempted by coalition forces could quickly escalate to nuclear war, with short-range missiles likely striking military bases in major cities in South Korea and Japan. They understand that they've got a significant conventional disadvantage with their armed forces, particularly in aviation, says J.D. Williams, a senior defense policy researcher at RAND. If you look at the approaches North Korea has taken under the current leader and before, they're looking at asymmetric ways of offsetting the fact that they're falling farther and farther behind in their conventional capabilities. North Korea has invested heavily in nuclear weapons, ballistic missiles and special operations forces at the expense of more complex aircraft and air defense weaponry. The Korean People's Army Air Force still retains hundreds of early-model Chinese and Soviet fighters, as well as Vietnam-era SA-3S, SA-5S and more modern S-200 surface-to-air missiles. Its most modern SAM, the KN-06, was demonstrated earlier this year. Meanwhile, the Republic of Korea Air Force operates Northrop F-5s, Boeing F-15Ks, Lockheed F-16s and Kaifa 50s. The Japan Air Self-Defense Force operates Mitsubishi F-2s, F-15Ks, and has received its first few conventional variant F-35s. Williams says North Korea is well aware of its diminishing conventional power, and is looking for ways to inflict significant or potentially catastrophic damage against coalition forces if they attempt any military intervention. The F-35 as a new warfighting system just adds to that trend. I don't think we can call it a direct driver, just a continuation of a trend that's been there for a while, he says.